freedom and beauty to everyone. I am the Technomage, and welcome back to Manganime News. This will be a short video, but it will have a lot to analyze. So let's get to it. And I start, as always, with the table of contents of the Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 15, courtesy of Shonen Jump News Unofficial. Remember to follow them on Twitter. Now I'm going to go directly to the danger zone right here from the top 10 down. All of the new series of the Shonen Jump are here. All of them. None of them are going to survive. And the first ones to go will be Tokyo Demon Bride Story and Ginka and Ryuna, because both of these series have started their respective rushed in final boss fight arcs. Tokyo Demon Bride Story is already well into its final arc. Ginka and Ryuna just started its own last week. And of the other new series, I really wish Cypher Academy would survive. I really like this series. I don't read Ishigoki, Fabricant 100, I can live without it. But Cypher Academy, I like it. These two are already dead. There's no hope for those. But Cypher Academy, the problem with this one, yes, the psychological fights with codes and puzzles and riddles, they are interesting. The problem is, one, some of them are way too complicated for the readers to solve alongside the story. I mean, the translator for the English version, the English translation of Cypher Academy, quit it because it was just too much work. Second, these code fights, they are too short. They start and finish in the same chapter, or they last 2 chapter tops, but it's too short and the stakes are way too low. So I hope maybe in future chapters, now that the story is advancing more, we have like our central plot of the story, the storytelling will improve, but well, I can only hope. And Ichinose-ke is surviving, and I'm glad for that. I mean, it's on this side of the table, it's in the first half of the list, which is amazing because I really like this story. It's getting really exciting. It has a lot of suspense and drama and tension, things that Cypher Academy should have due to its theme, but it's lacking exactly those characteristics, and it needs them. Another thing is how little these series are selling in the volume part. The compilatory volumes, the ones that already have enough chapters to have a compilatory volume, or takobon, their first volumes are selling very little. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But these two are already dead. They're not going to get more than 30 chapters, and these 3, maybe they can survive, maybe they won't. Now, as you noticed, in absent, Black Clover is again absent, still absent. Ruri Dragon, still absent. We know nothing about Ruri Dragon, and My Hero Academia is going to be absent this week and next week for issues 15, this one, and issue 16 next week due to Horikoshi's poor physical condition. I've said it many times before, and I'll say it again. Being a manga artist is a very dangerous job. It is a very health hazardous job. Dedicate yourself to manga at your own risk. And now, rankings. This is the Shoseki ranking, which is different from the Oricon ranking. And what's the difference? I didn't know, but somebody left a very easy to understand explanation here on Reddit, in the manga ranking Reddit, specifically here for the Weekly Shonen Jump, and the Shouseki ranking, which I'm going to talk about now. It's a website that posts daily, weekly, and monthly rankings of manga sales, whereas the Oricon, which I finally started talking about the last couple of weeks and learned how to read these numbers last week. The Oricon rankings is a weekly ranking based on physical single sales. Oricon does not include download sales you can find on Google Sheets, blah, blah, that doesn't matter. So, I talked last week about the Oricon sales, how My Hero Academia this month has sold more than 500,000 copies of its volume number 37. Blue Box has, wow, and look at this drop in popularity. My Hero, well, this is volume 37 of My Hero Academia, let's be fair, and this is just volume 9 of Blue Box, and Sakamoto Days, volume 10. Mashle, volume 15. Now, there's a difference, I mean, there's more than double in this case, and here is like 3 times, almost 4 times. My Hero Academia has been in publication for far longer than this series, but anyway, Blue Box has sold over 100,000 copies this month, My Hero Academia over 500,000, and then we have Aliens Area, which was axed last year or early this year, I think, I don't remember anymore. Here are volume 2 and volume 3, not ranked because they sold so little that their numbers are not worth mentioning. And Genkai no Ryuna and Tokyo Demon Bright Story, they had some ranking the first week and then nothing. This is why these 2 series are getting axed. Now, Shouseki ranking. Now, I got lost. Yes, here. First and second days of Shouseki for March volumes are here, mostly expected rankings for veteran series which hold around the top 15, with the addition of Ichinose-ke. And lower volumes already start suffering noticeable drops that we hope will slow down. And let's see here. First day of Shouseki, One Piece first place, Jujutsu Kaisen second, Black Clover 5th, blah 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 blah, Ichinose-ke 12th, nice! And Miya no Roboko, on top of Miya no Roboko, a series that has been in serialization for maybe 2 years, I think, or more, and it's getting an anime adaptation. Not bad in Ichinose-ke, not too shabby at all. And Cypher Academy, number 26. Not bad either, but this is first day. Second day, ooh, look at that drop. I mean, first day, One Piece first place, One Piece second day, first place, Jujutsu Kaisen second, Black Clover was 5th, now is 8th. Akane Banashi was 9th, now is 11th. Ichinose-ke dropped from 12th to 13th, and Miya no Roboko dropped from 19th to 43rd, and Cypher Academy dropped from 26th to 68th, and High School Family dropped from 100 and something to 331. That is a huge drop on sales, because Shouseki rank, again, Shouseki weekly on manga sales. Daily, weekly, and monthly. These are dailies, apparently. So, in just 1 day of selling of volume sales, this is volume 1 of Cypher Academy, it dropped from 26th place to 68th. So, very little people are very few customers are buying first volume of Cypher Academy. And then we have the third and final day of Shoseki. That Shonen Jump News will be tracking, because if these are dailies, obviously there will be more. But Ichinose-ke went down the double from 68 to 128 place. This is low. Whereas One Piece and Jujutsu Kaisen are still in first and second place. Kanebanashi went from 11 to 15, Black Clover stayed in 8th. Ichinose-ke barely has any drop from 13, now from 12, then to 13, now to 17th. That's barely any drop. Me and Robocop from 43 to 71, but Cypher Academy doubled its drop. So this is worrying. Is Cypher Academy the next one that is going to be axed? I really hope not, because I really like Cypher Academy. I mean, when are we going to see Cypher Academy here in the Oricon ranking? Maybe next month? I mean, this month. This one are for these ones are weekly Oricon for February. We are already on March, so next week maybe we will have Oricon ranking for Cypher Academy and the other new series. I hope so, because I want to track their progress and to see if they are going to survive or not. Now, Togachi is still alive, he's working, but as I said with Horikoshi Sensei, being a manga artist is hard, is health hazardous, do it under your own risk. I mean, if you really have passion for manga, be careful. So Togachi has left the platform on November of last year. Yes, I remember that I talked about this on a previous video about Togachi going AWOL on the Weekly Shonen Jump, because he just stopped publishing chapters and Hunter x Hunter wasn't listed as absent. There were just no more chapters. That's all. That's just what happened. The manga comments, Hunter x Hunter schedule is not defined yet, but he's glad he's been able to work at his desk little by little. Yes, I remember that Togachi had a problem on his spinal cord, on his back, some back problems, which are really common on manga artists since they remain seated drawing for hours or days, whole days on end. So, well, I don't read Hunter x Hunter, but I have friends who read Hunter x Hunter, so Togachi, best of luck to you. And to end this video, yep, Dragon Ball creator Akira Toriyama fires back at haters criticizing lack of black characters in the series. Recently in the United States, they had this tokenized celebration called Black History Month, which started as something actually culturally valuable. Now is just whining and complaining and victimization and the like. And somebody resurfaced the complaints and the criticisms regarding the Mr. Popo character of being a racist black stereotype, and Akira Toriyama said this is a Japanese franchise made by Japanese people for Japanese people. It's not your show, it's ours. The things people complain about continue to change over time, but Japan's racial demographics do not. They, meaning black people, do not live here, which is true. The gaijin population, meaning the foreigner population, foreign people from other countries, permanently or indefinitely residing in Japan, is very little. Is what 10% of the population of Japan? No, what am I saying? It's even less than that. I think it's like 1%, maybe. And some stories have included some African American characters, or characters with African American or African South American ascendancy in stories set on Japan, on modern day Japan. But those are few and far in between, because what is the probability that you will find a black person in Japan nowadays, in school or in a factory or in an office building, that is not somebody, a temporary exchange student or an exchange employee that will be there for a few months or maybe a couple of years tops. But permanent residents in Japan, black people are very, very few. So Akira Toriyama is right. Why bother writing more black characters in Japanese manga? It will have to be a really fantastic setting. For example, Danmachi. Danmachi has a lot of dark-skinned people, but it's a fantasy setting. If it was any more realistic, like an everyday slice of life story, you just wouldn't find that many, because you won't see that many, if at all, black people on the streets of Japan. And the same you can say about Caucasian people. How many Caucasian people, fair-skinned, blue-eyed, blonde people are there on Japan? How many Latinos are there? Indian? Muslim? At all in Japan? Almost none. So, honestly, this complaints about Japan being racist, of manga creators being racist, is absolutely ludicrous, and Akira Toriyama sensei's answer was the right answer. Shut up, leave us alone. That's all you need to say to these people. So, bravo to you, Toriyama sensei. Keep up the good work. And this is the end of this video. This is the Technomage signing off. Thank you for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.